Hey everybody, welcome. I hope you are doing well. For those of you that are new, my name is Susan. I am a freelance fiction editor. I specialize in sci-fi, fantasy, and romance. This week, let's talk about defining success as an author. What does that mean to you? Being an author is hard for a variety of reasons, but two of the biggest, arguably, are imposter syndrome and the expectations of others. In general, if you were to ask anyone on the street what they deem as a successful author, you'd most likely hear a description of a full-time writer with lots of fans who has hit the New York Times list. Maybe even someone who has had a show or a movie made out of their stories. Is this an incorrect definition? No, but it's too simple, and it doesn't take into account the complexity of the industry and the author journey, especially the New York Times bit, but that's a whole other video. Success isn't a switch you flip that just stays on. It isn't a stagnant finish line that everyone needs to cross to be able to claim that title, like the aforementioned definition seems. But because of this, I think having that general definition as the holy grail or line to cross to say you're successful is what most authors, some consciously, some subconsciously, measure themselves by. And even if they're doing well, many authors wouldn't comfortably be able to say they're successful because they haven't reached that point or haven't consistently reached that point, especially if they're talking to family, friends, or people outside the publishing industry. I've seen this firsthand, and falling into that belief is a mistake that could cost you your author career. So let's discuss how you can make your own definition of success to keep yourself on track, moving forward, and confident in your author career. Your definition of success needs to be twofold: personal and ever-changing. First off is personal. Your definition of success is not and should not be the same as your critique partner, your beta reader, your author next door, whoever. Their goals are going to be different than yours, so their measure of success is certainly going to be different as well. Maybe your measure of success this year is to finally finish that second book, to sell copies to people other than your family, to earn out your book, whether traditional or self-published. Once you're able to meet those goals, you have been successful. Be confident in that. Own that. Don't let outside opinions, here's looking at you family members, or imposter syndrome get to you. If you've created author goals, worked hard toward them, and met them, you have been successful. You don't need to hit the list or sell millions of copies to confidently say you've had a successful year or that you're a successful author. But it isn't going to feel like you can brag about it, either because your definition of success doesn't match the general population, so you don't feel like they'll acknowledge your accomplishments, or you feel like you've made progress, but you haven't crossed that mythical success finish line because you want it to be a permanent switch. The ability to go from not successful to successful always. Which leads me to the second thing you need to define your success. Understanding that it is ever changing. Once you've met your current goals and have been successful, your journey doesn't end. Or at least I and your readers, we all hope it doesn't. We believe in you. We want more, as greedy as that may sound. So you wrote your series and it sold well. It sold out even. Congratulations. Does that mean you were successful? Totally. Does that mean you now have the stamp of success and can stop? I sure hope not. Take into account that whatever success you've achieved isn't invalidated by reaching higher, by wanting more, or by changing your goals. Are you a successful author if you've been signed by a publisher, if you've earned out, if you've sold 1 million copies, if you've got a movie deal? Yes, but the trick is the answer to all those things is yes, and then followed by a next question. Now what can I achieve? How else can I be successful? Success isn't a straight line, a peak that you can cross at the top and stay on top of. Think in your mind right now of some of your favorite authors, people you would deem unquestionably successful. People that come to mind for me are those like George R.R. Martin, Suzanne Collins, Andrzej Sapkowski. They've had huge series, sold millions of copies, and had stories that were turned into movies or TV. They fit the stereotypical definition of a successful author to a T. I don't think anybody would argue with that. But I bring them up for two reasons. First, while those, and whoever you may be thinking of, are some of the biggest names to be thought of for successful authors, I'll bet you can think of many others that are successful, that you would deem successful, that don't have those accolades. Maybe some of your favorite authors are successful because of beautiful prose, how they convey emotion in the story, heck, how even fast they write and publish. Seriously, some people out there right now are machines in the publishing industry with how quickly they can get books out. Does this mean they're less successful than the people I listed before? No, it's just a different kind of success, personal. And second, jumping back to the authors I mentioned before, where are they now? I'm not taking away from the awesomeness of the success of Game of Thrones or Hunger Games, but they haven't had anything explode like that since, or even finish their next book. Looking at you, George. Does this mean they've lost their success, that they're no longer successful? No, of course not. It just means that their career, their success track, has shifted and is going in a different direction. By continuing to make your success track personal and ever-changing, you'll be able to feel more confident in each step you take, celebrate your successes, share your successes, while realizing that the publishing career truly is about the journey, not just the finish line. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you are able to move forward in your next steps with just new confidence and realize that it is a long journey, but it is a beautiful journey, and I cannot wait to take it with you and to help however I can. If you've enjoyed this video or others, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and then you can know when new videos come out. And until next time, keep writing.